Okay, we are here with Lab 3-4 from Practical Malware Analysis. Again, we are given a lab in an executable format, and so I'm actually going to work through this lab because there's not too much to do. So going with our the first steps in our process, I have PE view open and I'm looking at the file, the format of the file, of the executable, excuse me. Looking at the image section header portions, don't see any difference or significant difference between the size of the raw data and virtual size, indicating that it's probably not packed. Then going into the other sections, I'm not going to look at the code, but in the data section where we see static variables and such, a lot of noticeable strings for this one. So I didn't know this at first, but this path is actually up to XPS is a registry key path. We also see what looks like pieces of an HTTP GET message in the lines found within an HTTP message. We also see these strings. Not sure exactly what they do, but we see download and upload, which hints at network activity. Then sleep. We also see this the command line executable to pull up a Windows command. We see our famous URL that we always look for, practicalmalwareanalysis.com. Not sure what to make of these yet. And then down here we see what looks to be kind of like option parameters when you issue commands on a command line. Like if you're running a program, you usually have options after it. I'm not sure. I believe this is all what the book highlights to find. Oh, right, I forgot to look at the address table. So here we are looking at the functions as well as the libraries that are imported in this executable. We see a lot of functionality. You see registry functionality, file functionality, library functionality, all kinds of things, environment stuff. This function shall execute A, which I'm assuming is to execute a shell function or command. I'll have to double check that. I'm not sure about that, what exactly that does within the Windows environment. And then we also have other imports that are given by ordinal values, so I'm not sure exactly what those are. So we're done with that. I'm going to I have got Process Explorer open. I'm going to start Process Monitor, and then I'm going to initiate the malware. So that's started, and then I go here. Go into Process Explorer, we see it open, and it looks like it closed immediately. Let me stop Process Monitor before it fills up. Alright, let's go to Process Explorer while we're waiting there. So looking at strings, I guess. The book didn't mention anything in the strings that was of note, and I don't see, except the things we already saw within the PE view looking at the executable. Nothing in memory, possibly because it just looks like it closed so fast. Yeah, I think that's about it with that one. Going over to Process Monitor, I'm going to put a filter. Okay, so it looks like we're looking at all the events of our executable. This is a huge set of events, and so I'm going to skip the searching portion of it, but we see a lot of, or analyzing of this, but a lot of like registry stuff and file stuff with the DLLs. What the book says to notice is, where am I looking at? So we see a process exit. I'm looking for a process create. Let me see if I can event. Maybe that's not it. Maybe it's in filter. Yeah, I think I can do a filter for this. here we go. Event type class is process. Okay, so this made it easier. All right, so here's the process create that I was looking for. The book says if you click on this, we see that it creates a process, and in that process it is actually running the Windows command, and it is passing the I guess program or command to delete this path, and this path is actually the executable. And so this malware essentially deleted itself, which is odd because it still exists here within our own library, so I'm not sure where it deleted it from. Yeah, that's the path I'm using. So I'm not sure if that's if it's not supposed to exist there anymore. But the book says that the key of this malware was seeing that it creates a process, and that process is a command window to delete itself. I have a feeling we're going to come back to this instance of malware and look at it in a more sophisticated manner for other behavior. So yeah, that's Lab 3-4.